today. From FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's Week 5 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Carson Wentz and the Washington Commanders taking on Ryan Tannehill and the Tennessee Titans.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Tennessee Titans and the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about this Commanders team coming into play here today. And they lost 3 straight here, and it goes with... The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. Commanders trot to the field for their first possession, and it's the 7th-year quarterback out of North Dakota State leading the way. His 3rd NFL team, Carson Wentz.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. A look at the numbers for Thomas from a week ago. 4 catches, 53 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Wentz finding McLaurin there for the Commanders first.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty, but when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. To throw, it's Wentz. And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, how about the challenge we're seeing here in this game early? Man coverage against some fleet receivers. That time, the defense won.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Here come the Titans for their first possession on offense, and leading them out in his 4th season with the team, 10th overall in the NFL, Ryan Tannehill.
So this is where we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball, run it inside, everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space.
2nd down, and they go back to Haskins. And some room to roam now. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. That good for 19 and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Haskins now on 1st and 10. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. A look at Haskins' numbers from a week ago. 19 carries, 52 yards, and a touchdown.
They're coming off of back-to-back wins, and I think a lot of credit belongs to this guy right here because, to me, he's not only carried his weight, he's carried a few other guys along as well. He's helped draw defensive attention away from not just him, but open things up for his teammates, too. So if this winning streak is going to continue to have some legs to it, he has to remain effective and put together another nice game.
They try to run on 1st down, but this defense says no dice. They stop him a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, here's a run from Haskins. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Tannehill. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Jordan Berry out to punt on 4th down. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll go again with Gibson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
The NFL Madden League Season 2-1-2022 Week 5 games and highlights will be coming up next on GOAT's International Sports Showdown 2022.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard, but more importantly, it leads to 4th down.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball in this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and it'll be Titan football. The Titans coming back onto the field for their 2nd drive. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Wentz bringing the Commanders up for 1st and 10 at their own 18. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Wentz going to throw. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a first down Washington on a pickup of 18.
Not to take it for granted, but it was business as usual for Terry McLaurin, up over 1,000 yards for the second straight year. Now he gets to work with Carson Wentz in Washington, and may be the best receiver Wentz has had to throw to in his entire 7-year career. That connection yields a first down with that throw.
And he'll be dropped just shy of the 35 at the 34. A pickup of 17 on a play that originated at the 17. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Wentz. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 17-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
The 2022 NFL Madden League Season 2-1-2022 Week 5 matchup is now live streaming on GOAT's International Sports Showdown 2022.
And it brings up 2nd down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to gain the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route.
Week 5 Tennessee Titans 2-2 Washington Commanders 0-4.
On the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Here's Wentz to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And the ball is knocked out. It's picked up by the Titans. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
We'll give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. Out come the Titans now. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
First target, first catch, and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Off play action, Tannehill. And finding the
NFL Madden League Season 2-1-2022 Week 5 matchups will be coming up next.
Here's Tannehill. This one hauled in. Again, it's Hooper. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Looking to throw again on second down. Tannehill. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Running left, Haskins. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 56 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they had 3 tight ends in on that set.
And these guys are punching really well. I use boxing analogies a lot. A lot of coaches have told me that when you line up to run the football, it's 10 fistfights along the line of scrimmage, right? You've got to win your share. These 3 tight ends, they almost always win their fistfights.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Now Haskins on a give left side. And a solid run down inside the 30. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting them to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Tannehill on 3rd down. It's caught by Hooper. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. Two minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Now Tannehill. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Here's Tannehill. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looked like the Titans were able to recover, and indeed they will keep possession of the ball. This has been a long drive. You know that defense, they're craving to get off the field. They were able to force it free, but couldn't recover.
Yeah, and on the offensive side of the ledger, they were thinking about how do we punctuate this drive with 6, right? Making an exclamation point. Instead, you got to put a question mark next to this drive now after the fumble, even though they recovered it.
Pass complete. He's got Woods streaking across the field. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick by Parkey is good. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
Time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense.
Well, September sure treated him kindly. Now we flip over to October. Any reason to think that those numbers drop, or can he keep the pace up?
Well, he can keep the pace up, but it's going to get a lot more difficult now. To me, it's a lot like baseball, all right? When guys, when they first hit the league, whether it's a pitcher or a hitter, and they go through the league the first time and they're hot, people going, wow, what a phenom. Then they get tape on them, they get scouting reports, they start to do different things. Let's see if he's going to adapt and expand his game in order to keep up that type of production.
That's a good call because he's a known entity. See how they defend him going forward.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Buying time to his left. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. It's picked up by the Titans. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. And that play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down the defense. But you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there, someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to cover up and slide and protect what you've earned.
All right, let's go.
Following the fumble recovery, Tannehill. Open man, Westbrook-Akine. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. To throw again on 2nd down. Tannehill has this complete to Woods. And he's going to have the first down as they move into field goal range here at the 25-yard line. Here's Tannehill. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. So he'll be stopped here for no gain, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Week 5 San Francisco 49ers 2-2 Carolina Panthers 1-3.
Take this down to about the 17. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. The kick by Parkey is good, and they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. So able to add on to their first half lead here, Charles, forcing the miscue with a fumble and then turning that into 3 points.
Yeah, and more than happy to accept any mistakes the other side is willing to make. No problem. You turn it over, we'll take that, and we'll use it to expand our lead.
All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We start over in London, Game 2 of this year's International Series, as it's the New York Giants as the visitors taking on Green Bay, where it was the host Packers who were able to come away with that victory. Aaron Rodgers, as sharp as you can be throwing the football, 6 touchdown passes in the victory. From there, we head east to check on the Bills at home in Buffalo. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Pittsburgh Steelers. 2 touchdown passes there for Mitchell Trubisky. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville. See what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And they've got the lead over the visiting Houston Texans. James Robinson with a couple of touchdowns there. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here are the Titans to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Tannehill. That's complete to Treylon Burks. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They'll run it right side with Haskins.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Haskins trying to pick it up. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Tennessee.
Week 5 Dallas Cowboys 3-1 Los Angeles Rams 2-2.
8 yards on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Wentz bringing the Commanders up for 1st and 10 at their own 22. On the draw, it's Gibson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Wentz now to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Zach Cunningham picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
If there's any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels.
Wentz and the Commanders staring down a 3rd and long now after that sack. They'll drop to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Oh, look at the juke. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's good for 28 yards.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 31. Again to Haskins up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. How about Jonathan Allen there pushing upfield to make the stop behind the line?
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. 2nd down, and they go back to Haskins. And some space here. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Hassan Haskins, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range. but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they
Week
broke through,
5
and that's
Cincinnati
great for the
Bengals
confidence.
2-2 Baltimore Ravens 2-2.
Feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Samuel bringing in the slant. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing is Wentz. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Wentz. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing now is Wentz. Completes it to Samuel. And he's going to have a Commander's 1st down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Meanwhile, Wentz's throw complete there to Thomas. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Wentz to throw again. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. Then he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10. As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. Now Wentz. And it's caught. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8. Gibson. No signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Gibson again. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Commanders have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Hassan Haskins set to head back out for another drive. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. 2nd down, and they go back to Haskins. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 121 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. The Titans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. And here's the give to Haskins. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Tannehill, then he'll find his target. Woods, it's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. To throw is Tannehill. Another targeting catch for Robert Woods. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Handoff now, it's Haskins. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Robert Woods, 29 yards. And the Titans are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt away the game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run-pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
Parkey adds the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So Wentz and the Commanders down by 12. 2:24 to go. A fourth straight defeat looming on the horizon, barring a comeback here as they've got it with a first down. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Wentz's throw taken in by Samuel. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down now, but that clock rolling. To throw is Wentz. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Again, it's Wentz. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Shotgun now for Wentz. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Now Wentz, gotta have this one. He gets it to Thomas. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game. Throwing on first is Wentz. Complete, it's Dodson. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Clock running as Washington will try and hurry up. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10. Now a timeout called for by the offense as he'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Over the middle, he gets it to Gibson. The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wentz toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Wentz going to throw. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Wentz going to go on 4th down. And this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
Sly on for the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was capped off by the Logan Thomas touchdown catch. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And the Titans are going to come up with it. And that should just about do it. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out the crowd, kept their heads, and executed the way they needed to earn that win.
So for Tennessee, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Washington, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field.